Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Farah Kema binti Muhammad and I will present about Allianz SE and Takaful. Allianz SE is a financial service company headquarters in Munich, Germany. Allianz is a business of insurance and asset management. Allianz has over 100 million private and corporate customers and more than 1,500,000 employees. Its services include property and casualty insurance, life and health insurance, and asset management. Second is Takaful. Takaful is a one-off concept cooperation system reimbursement or repay in case of loss and is limit of Sharia to conventional insurance. People and companies are concerned about hazard make regular donation to reimburse or repay members in loss and manage in Takaful operator.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Azim binti Abdullah, my numeric A20A1703. So I'll be explaining about financial ratio in 2018 for Takaful and Allianz. We're talking about 5 ratio. For the first one is liquidity, second is activity, third is profitability, 4 is leverage, and 5 is market ratio. So for the first one, we have liquidity. So in liquidity, we can show that Takaful have a higher liquid toward cash with compared to Allianz in current ratio and also in net working capitals. For the activity, we can also see that Allianz has a better fixed asset turnover, and account receivable turnover compared to Takaful, but Takaful have higher collection periods other than Allianz. So next we can see profitability ratio, that Allianz have a majority ratio, which is return on equity, return on assets, gross profit margin, and also net profit margin compared to Takaful, while Takaful have a higher ratio in operating margin. So in this we can see that Allianz have a higher profitability toward the firm compared to Takaful. So for the fourth one is leverage ratio. In this we can see that Takaful have higher debt amounts compared to Allianz, which is in debt ratio which is 80% higher than Allianz. So for the last we have market ratio, which is showing earning per share. Also show that Allianz have a higher earning per share compared to Takaful.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alia Amira binti Zainul Arifin. My matric number is A20A1672. So here I will present about 14 financial ratio for vertical analysis in year 2019. So first type of ratio is liquidity ratio. As shown here, Takaful is more liquid than Allianz as it has higher ratio for current ratio and net working capital. Next type is profitability ratio, where Allianz have higher ratio than Takaful for 4 ratio, which are return on equity, return on assets, net profit margin, and operating profit margin, so that it indicates the efficiency of firms to generate profit of Allianz is higher than Takaful. Third is activity ratio. After the calculation of the result is Takaful have higher efficiency of assets to generate sales than Allianz. Next is leverage ratio. So this one shows that Takaful have higher ratio than Allianz, and it is actually not good for Takaful because it's actually show that Takaful own higher amount of debt than Allianz. Last ratio is market ratio. For this ratio shows that Takaful have higher return on investment for shareholders as Takaful have higher ratio than Allianz. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq Daniel bin Shahrudin and my matric number is A20A1530. I would like to explain about vertical analysis for Allianz and Takaful 2020. For liquidity ratio, we have current ratio equal by current asset divided by current liability. which is Allianz have more current ratio than Takaful. It means that Allianz able to pay short-term obligation on time rather than Takaful. Second, we have net working capital equal current asset minus current liability, which is Takaful get positive value. That means Takaful have higher net working capital, so Takaful have absolutely measure in liquidity. Next, we move to activity ratio. We have account receivable turnover equal by sale divided by account receivable, which is the higher ratio is Takaful. It is signal the effectiveness in collecting receivable. Next, average collection period equal by account receivable divided by daily sale multiply 365 days, which is the average collection period of is more than Takaful than rival and it has a problem in collecting debt. Next, fixed asset turnover equals sale divided by fixed asset, which is that show Allianz have higher ratio than Takaful, which means that effectiveness of fixed asset to generate sale in Takaful is higher than Takaful. Next, total asset turnover equals sale divided by total asset. Explanation is the ratio of Takaful is more 90 than Allianz, which is the reflect total asset to generate sale of Takaful is more effectiveness. Next, we have leverage ratio, which is we have debt ratio equal by total debt divided by total asset. The higher ratio is not good for the company, so the Allianz has declared higher amount of debt to the financial. Next, debt to equity equal total debt divided by equity. Based on the calculate, Takaful is higher amount of debt because of the Takaful have higher ratio than Allianz. For profitability ratio, we have gross profit margin equal gross profit divided by sale. Allianz have higher ratio than Takaful, where Allianz have 98%, while Takaful have 23%. It means that Allianz indicate higher contribute margin. Next, operating margin equal earning before interest tax divided by sale. Takaful have higher ratio than Allianz, so it means Takaful indicate the operation better productivity than Allianz. Next, net profit margin equal by earning after tax divided by sale. The ratio of Allianz is higher than Takaful, where it indicates Allianz have better income to shareholder. Next, return on asset equal by earning after tax divided by total asset. According to result that we calculate, Allianz have more ratio than Takaful that indicate higher return on firm investment. Thus, return on equity equal by earning after tax divided by total equity. Based on recalculation above, it is shown that Allianz have higher ratio than Takaful. It means Allianz indicate return to shareholder than Takaful. Last but not least, we have market ratio. Market ratio have earning per share equal by earning after tax divided by none of common share. For the ratio, we have calculate the company have higher ratio is Allianz and it show that Allianz have better income per share than Takaful.
Also be explained about horizontal analysis for Takaful and Allianz in 2018, 19, and 20. Explain about horizontal analysis for Takaful in 2018, 19, and 20. So based on the table that I have shown, in 2018, it had the second value for the current ratio and average, while the highest in 2019 and the lowest in 2020. While in profitability ratio, it shows that every ratio have a average value, which is there's no years that has the highest. While in activity, it is also showing that it have average value for all ratio, with the highest 2019 and 20, which is asset turnover, average collection period, account receivable, and fixed asset for 2020. For leverage, we have the highest value ratio is 2018, showing that 2018 has a more debts compared to 2020, lowest value for all ratio. And lastly, we have earning per share in 2020 is higher, while in 2019 it have the lowest value. See, we have horizontal analysis for Allianz in 2018, 19, and 20. So in liquidity ratio, we can see that the highest ratio is in 2020 for the current ratio and also net working capital, while the lowest is 2019, which is a very have a very less liquidity in the firms. For profitability, we can see that each year have a profitability ratio showing that each year have a very average ratio for all values. And for the activity, we can see that also each year have a very average value for all ratios. And for the leverage one, we can see that we have the highest debt amount in 2019 and average value or ratio in 2018 and 20. So for the last one, we have a market ratio showing that the highest earning per share is in 2020 and the lowest in 2018.
Hi, my name is Nurdiana Shaira binti Muhammad Zani with metric number A20A1813. So, the first recommendations on Allianz firm is get assistance from consumer financing companies because these organizations can assist Allianz firm with greater customers. The second is key financial indicators like growth, profitability, liquidity, leverage, and activities in the company. Third recommendation is build a clear business plan because it helps understand the market and customer preferences better concerning products and services. Next is rebuild your marketing insurance strategy because it will help enhance sales, boost revenues, and improve customer relation. And the last one is the importance of real-time and automation because it enables organizations to streamline the billing process and improve customer satisfaction. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Fazatul Atira binti Zari and my metric number is A208711. I will present about recommendation for Takaful firm on how they may improve their organization. First recommendation is supportive regulatory and governance framework. It is key to the development of the Takaful industry in Malaysia. As example, supervisory authority in the country has issued guideline and policy documents on various aspects of Takaful with the aim of promoting product innovation to preserve the sustainability of the industry. The second is Takaful and financial inclusion. The government encouraged Takaful operators to incorporate technology in their product innovation such as digitization of distribution channels and submission of claims to be more responsive. And the third is accepting technology. For the sustainability of the Takaful industry, those need to seriously master the integration of technology in their operating models other to providing a website or creating social media presence. Takaful players need to be explored and embrace fintech and insurtech. Third is strengthening the professionalism. If the Takaful agents can enrich the process by being trained and equipped with useful tools and knowledge to guide and advise potential clients. The last recommendation is innovation in Takaful. Takaful also must offer its own benefits that are highly valued by all and ensure its long-lasting and profound impact on the public.